been another year, so let's catch up on my Blu-Ray Collection 2025. Oh, sorry. A lot of these I've gone over many times before in my past Blu-ray Collection videos, but if you're new, here they are. So first, I've got 3 Hobbit films on Blu-ray. I have the Lord of the Rings films on 4K, but I didn't really want to upgrade these to 4K because I'm not the biggest fan of these films. I just think there's fan edits that have made these films so much better, and just alone they're just not that great. But I've got them on Blu-ray anyway because I really love these lenticular covers. Lenticular covers are really nice because it's 3D. This includes the extended editions in each one of these, and they each have a different like feel to them. This is like wood design, so it kind of has like a smoother feel to it. This one is a bit more like smoother because it's like marble. I don't know, like marble or stone, some kind of stone. And then Battle of Five Armies is again like stone, but like a bit smoother. I really like these sets. I think they're really good. The movie's not as good, but yeah, I really like Martin Freeman. Martin Freeman is a massive standout in these films. It's just annoying that we don't get to see much of him in like the wider context of this trilogy. Like it's kind of stupid, to be honest, because he is kind of the main character. And they all include like a digibook, like a thick digibook with all the discs inside, and includes the appendices as well, which is kind of the main reason I kept this set for the appendices, because the appendices is just so good. There's such good like in-depth documentaries on the making of these films. Next I have Scream, the original trilogy. This is really nice. I'm pretty sure I think I got this on offer on Amazon Prime Day. I really do like this set. Like they've got some nice debossing here, like the cracks here, and they got all the like the different ghost faces in the different reflections. They got the spine, which is also like is embossed. The top is embossed. The only thing I don't really like about the set is that the back is the exact same as the front, just flipped. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit different, but like it's not really great. Yeah, I used to have all these films separately. I used to have Scream 1 and 2 separately, but it just kind of annoyed me that I had them separately because they're taking up some space on my shelf, and I don't have that much shelf space for Blu-rays. So I just like, I want to get this set because it's really nice. It has all the films in one, all the 3 films, the original trilogy in one. So here's the J card or whatever, advertising the films, and then yep, and then you got all the discs inside here. I just like having all these in one nice set, and I really do love these 3 original films as well. Great films. Then I have Scream 5 and 6 as a 2-film collection. It's annoying that they didn't release all of these together, and they still haven't released Scream 4 on 4K yet, which is just like, I don't understand. It's kind of annoying that I've got like a missing space in my Scream collection, but I have Scream 5 and 6 here on 4K. Really good, like, soft reboot of the franchise. Is it a soft reboot? Or it's more of a legacy sequel, but it kind of makes fun of legacy sequels in that here and there. And Scream 6 is really great as well. I'm scared with the direction they're going with Scream 7 because all the Melissa Barrera stuff went on with Spyglass and that. They're bringing all these characters back, and Stu's coming back for the 7th one. I'm very interested to see how they take Scream 7, but I really love all these films in this franchise. Just a really good slasher franchise. Yeah, and you just have Scream 2022, or Scream 5, and then Scream 6. Next we got Rocky, the Knockout Collection. This is Rocky 1 to 4. Yeah, and it includes the director's cut of Rocky 4. I really love all these films. I really do want to give them a rewatch. They're just classics. I just love these films, basically. I'm not the biggest fan of sport, but just like, I don't know, it's just Sylvester Stallone and boxing. It just gets me. They progressively get cheesier, but I kind of like that about them. Just slips out like that, and then got all the discs in size. Then I got Rocky Balboa separately. I didn't really want to own Rocky 5 in the collection because I've heard it's not supposed to be a good film. I haven't seen it, but I don't really want to. I really do like this film as well. It's kind of a legacy sequel as well. Yeah, this is in a slim case, which is kind of annoying. It kind of looks a bit out of place on the shelf, but it's alright. And this includes the director's cut as well. I don't know great things about it. I think they just insert the deleted scenes that have been like widely available for years. They just inserted them back into the film, which is like alright. And then finally, in terms of Rocky, we've got Creed 1, Creed 2 and Creed 3. Again, this is another one where I used to own all of these separately on the shelf, and it kind of bugged me. I just don't like owning things separately. I want them all together in a nice like little package. Really like all these films. I rewatched 1 and 2 2023, at the end of 2023 for the third one, and I really do like all of them. The first Creed is really good. Like, it almost rivals the first Rocky in my opinion. I think Creed 2 is pretty solid. Creed 3 pretty solid as well. And yeah, just a standard Blu-ray case. Oh, that just fell out. Okay. And you got all the films in there on Blu-ray and 4K, which is decent. I thought I should mention that I got a Blu-ray player for Christmas as well. I got a 4K player for Christmas because originally I was playing things through my Xbox and I just had so much issues with playing it through my Xbox. Like, for some reason the audio and the video would get delayed on the Xbox, so I keep having to restart my Xbox, skipping it forward to the exact bit again just to get everything to sync up again. It was really frustrating, and also for some reason the fans are so loud on that Xbox when I'm playing Blu-rays. It's fine when I'm playing games and that, but when I'm playing Blu-rays it's so loud. Yeah, I just got a Blu-ray player. Yeah, I'm glad I did because it's much better. Okay, next we got the Conjuring films. First one, I really like these slip covers. I think they're HMV exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they're not, I don't know. But the cover's kind of spot gloss, which is nice. And it's got the standard Blu-ray inside, and then the Blu-ray. Yeah, this is just like a horror classic, obviously. James Wan, just, he brings his goofiness to this film. And I love a bit of James Wan goofiness. Then you got Conjuring 2, the Enfield case or whatever. I think it was just called Enfield case in the UK. I don't know if it's called that anywhere else. I think it's a really good sequel, to be honest. That was really solid. Obviously you got The Nun, and there's some really creative scares in it. And then Annabelle Creation, I skipped a lot of the films in there. I skipped Annabelle. I haven't got the first Nun. I haven't got the second Nun. I haven't got the third Annabelle. I haven't got the third Conjuring. There's a lot of Conjuring films that I don't have, but I heard most of them are supposed to be bad. I did want to give Conjuring 3 a chance because I think the fourth Conjuring comes out this year. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good prequel to the Annabelle doll and explains how she kind of came to be, I guess. Next we got a few Christmas 4Ks in here. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I watched this recently for Christmas, obviously, and I think it's a fun 20-minute short. I don't know if I should have spent 20 quid to buy it on 4K, but I just felt like it. I guess I was in the Christmas spirit, I guess. It's the best out of all the Grinch films. I mean, it's just the right amount of time. It's only 20 minutes. It doesn't, like, over-explain things like the Jim Carrey film did and the Illumination film did. Christmas Story, this is one I need to rewatch. I was going to rewatch it last year, I was going to rewatch it the year before, but I never got round to it. This is one of my favourite Christmas films. Yeah, just a classic Christmas film. I don't think, it's not as big in the UK as it is in America. I guess it just isn't more of an American, like typical American Christmas film. Alf, again, another classic. I don't like this one as much as other people, but I brought it on 4K. Really like Will Ferrell in it, obviously. And then you got The Holdovers. This is my favourite Christmas film of all time. I absolutely love this film. I rewatched it last year. It's still a 10 out of 10. I just absolutely love this film. It's just so cozy and comforting. I can't gush about this film enough. Next we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. This is such a fun film. I watched this back in 2023. I do want to give this one a rewatch because the animation is just unbelievable. I love how they're actual teenagers this time. They let these kids like just improvise in the recording booth, and they just kept some of that stuff in the film, which is just really fun. Highlander. This has got Queen on the soundtrack, so I kind of wanted to pick this one up mainly because Queen was on the soundtrack. Originally I had this one on Blu-ray and I decided to upgrade it to 4K, but I haven't watched it on 4K yet. I really had a fun time with it on Blu-ray. Just a really fun 80s film. Another one with the music by Queen. Flash Gordon. I watched this for the first time last year, I'm pretty sure. I watched it around the release of the Ted series. If you've seen Ted, you know Ted really likes Flash Gordon. I found it fitting to watch it around that time. Another very cheesy 80s film. Some people call it So Bad It's Good, but it's just like, I don't know, it's a fun sci-fi film. Friday the 13th, 8 movie collection. This has got all the Friday the 13th films from Friday the 13th to Jason Takes Manhattan, which is the 8th film, obviously. I watched I watched the first 4 films, and then I skipped part 5, and then I watched part 6. Overall, these are really fun slasher films. There's nothing really special about them. The first one's not really that great. I don't remember much happening in it, but I guess it was proper influential. Obviously, you got Jason, but Jason doesn't even show up with the hockey mask till part 3, I think. I remember my favourite one being either part 4 or part 6. They're alright films. I have them on Blu-ray, so yeah, and you got all of them in the nice little package there. Next, you've got The Terminator on 4K. I recently picked this one up on 4K like a few months ago now.
I'll be back.
Wait.
I'll be back.
No, okay. I've heard the remaster of this is supposed to be like kind of divisive. I'm pretty sure they did a bit of DNR. I've heard mixed things about how it looks in 4K, but I heard it's better than the Blu-ray release. Obviously, this is the classic. It's just low budget, but it's just really well done. Like some shots do look a bit cheap, but you can tell like the craftsmanship and the effort put into some of these shots like are so good. It's such a good concept as well. Yeah, I want to give this one a rewatch on 4K. Terminator 2, this did get a release on 4K, but I heard absolutely god-awful things about it, so I just picked it up on Blu-ray. This is still the 4K remaster, just in 1080p, so I kind of regret picking this one up. Yeah, this has got 3 cuts of the film in there, I think. It's got the theatrical version, the special edition, and the extended special edition. Then you got Taken. This is one that I still haven't watched. I need to get round to this film because it's like a classic, obviously a Liam Neeson classic. Like, I've heard about the lines in that, like I will find you. It's literally got the line on the front here. I want to try and watch as many films that I have in my collection that I haven't watched this year, to be honest. I want to try and do that. Paul! I found this to be a really fun film. It's obviously not as good as the Cornetto trilogy, but I really like Simon Pegg and Nick Frost together in a film again. I thought Seth Rogen's really funny as the alien, I guess. There's some really funny moments in it. I was laughing out loud at some of the moments in it. Yeah, it's got the standard beer in there. This got the extended edition. I also got the 40-Year-Old Virgin. Another very fun comedy, maybe a bit too long, especially the extended edition, which I watched. The extended edition is 17 minutes longer. It's just a fun time. I like Steve Carell in everything, to be honest. So next got Anchorman, just a really fun comedy. Like it's really funny. You just got some like comedic legends here. Again, Steve Carell. Like, yeah, Will Ferrell. This recently came out in 4K, but it came out in like a massive, like, chunky set with like a bunch of like unnecessary sew-on patches and that. Like, I don't want all that. So I'm just kind of waiting for like a standard 4K release. This includes the extended edition as well. This is only like 5 minutes of extra footage. Oh, there's also the Wake Up Ron Burgundy, the Lost movie as well, which is like another cut of the film. They got Anchorman 2, which also includes 3 cuts of the film, I think. I watched the 2.5 hour extended edition of this film, and there's a lot of scenes that went on for way too long to kind of destroy the pacing, but I thought it was actually not bad. Like, it wasn't horrible. I've heard that's supposed to be the best cut of the film. It's supposed to have like, the best versions of jokes in that version of the film as well. I thought this was a decent sequel. And this has 2 discs in here. Next we got Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and When Nature Calls in one set here. When I got this, like the plastic on it is completely ripped. It's completely ripped and there's like a massive dent in the cover, which is a bit odd. These are comedy classics. I do want to get more Jim Carrey films on Blu-ray, to be honest. I really do love Jim Carrey. He's just my favourite comedic actor ever. I recently watched I Love You, Philip Morris. His performance in that was so fun. It's a much more serious performance in that film, but obviously this is his full out like Jim Carrey goofiness on full shine. I don't think elements of these films have aged that well, especially in Pet Detective with the whole like transgender thing and that, but overall just like 2 classic films. It's got them both on 1 disc. Then you got Watchmen, Director's Cut. This is another film that's on 4K, but it's only got the ultimate cut on 4K, I think, and it incorporates a short film into it that kind of destroys the pacing, I've heard. So I just picked up the Director's Cut. Yeah, it's a really good film. Probably my favourite from Zack Snyder. I do really want to read the graphic novel soon. I do want to pick that up on the graphic novel, yeah. And then you got Tales of the Black Freighter. But this was incorporated into the ultimate cut. But here it's just like a standalone short film. I don't really know why I decided to pick this up on Blu-ray, similar to The Grinch. I don't really know why, but I did. It's a fun little short film. It's not fun, it's pretty like drab. And then we got My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. This is the anime feature-length film. I don't remember much from this. Yeah, I picked up on Blu-ray. I have also got My Hero Academia seasons 1 to 3. Again, I don't really know why I picked this up on Blu-ray. I don't know why. I did like this show overall, but I don't know why it warranted picking it up on Blu-ray. But I did. I've got seasons 1 to 3. I think it's because the first season was on Netflix, but seasons 2 and 3 weren't on Netflix. So instead of just getting like a Funimation subscription or like Crunchyroll, I just decided to buy the Blu-ray set. Overall, I did like this show. I've heard it goes downhill after season 3. Yeah, you just got them. Yeah, all in separate Blu-rays. You just got all artwork on the discs and that. This is one I've been dying to rewatch recently, but I need to get around to. Robot Dreams is my favourite film last year. I've explained in previous videos why I love this film so much, but it's just such a beautiful film. It tells so much with no words, no dialogue, but it's somehow just like such a beautiful film. I had to pick up on Blu-ray. It's pretty simple Blu-ray, just got the Blu-ray now, and then this is a reversible cover, which is a bit bland. Got a few Queen Blu-rays here now. We got Rock Montreal on Blu-ray and Live Aid. Really good performance, looks really good. And then last year they came out with Rock Montreal and Live Aid on 4K. On my channel, you've seen that I've made some complaints about this set, especially the packaging, because it's absolutely abysmal. These things, like, you can so easily scratch the disc. It's so easy to accidentally tip it upside down and the discs are going to fall out. It's so hard to get the booklet out. You need to like slide, like the booklet gets stuck. You need to like slide it out like this. The booklet is a repackaging of the Blu-ray booklet with just some like a few added words here and there. Like it's just not great. Also, the first time I got this, I've already complained about this before, but the first time I got this, the discs didn't work. I had to put these discs in multiple times and like restart my Xbox like 500 times just to get the disc to work. And a lot of other people had this problem too. So much so that the company behind these discs and the production of this set, they came out and said, email us, we'll replace the disc. So I emailed them and I got replacement discs. So these are replacement discs now. It's been a very rocky road with this set. Next we got Back to the Future, the Ultimate Trilogy, the whole trilogy in 4K. These films are basically my childhood. I used to have these on DVD. I used to watch them all the time. Iconic films, especially the first one. First one's like a 10 out of 10 film for me. This was Robert Zemeckis in his prime before he went and did like his weird motion capture stuff. Amazing films. Oh! It comes out in digipack like this, which is nice. You got a nice digipack with all the films on 4K and Blu-ray. Schindler's List. I recently watched this film and I thought it was just so phenomenal. It's my favourite Spielberg film. Like, just a 10 out of 10. It's very long. It's 3.5 hours. But it's just absolutely beautiful. And I just really wanted to pick it up on 4K. So I did. And there's a nice, like, 4K set as well. Nice thick 4K set. Like, the front is, like, foil. And I can take this off. And here's the back, and they got like a J card that wraps around it. I actually recorded a Blu-ray update a few months ago, but it took me too long to edit it, and I picked up so many Blu-rays in that time that I just didn't get around to editing it. Yeah, I accidentally ripped the J card when I was recording that video. I'll show the footage now. Oh shoot! Oh my god, I just ripped it! That is an amazing start to this video, isn't it? This comes with just a standard Blu-ray here, art cards, and then you've got a nice poster, which I can't be asked to get out because I don't know. Yeah, but here's a bit of it. Oh, it also got a booklet as well. I didn't see the booklet. Yeah, nice little booklet on making the film. So yeah, I'm glad I brought this really nice set. Next we've got all the Alien films. We've got Alien 4K, 40th anniversary Blu-ray. I recently rewatched this for Romulus and it looks really good in 4K. Obviously a classic film, a 10 out of 10. Probably one of the best sci-fi films that I've watched, period. So influential. Then we got Aliens, which recently came out on 4K. I think they did some AI upscaling on this, or it is something with AI. Again, there's another one where I've heard mixed things about it. Like James Cameron's doing very experimental things with his 4Ks. This includes the special edition as well in here, which is the only version of the film I've watched actually. But yeah, this is another 10 out of 10 film. I like how it changes from like horror from the first film to action with this film. This got an embossed stick cover, by the way. Yeah, really great. And then I haven't got Alien 3 or Alien Resurrection because those haven't been released on 4K. And also, they're not amazing films. I wouldn't mind having Alien 3 on 4K, but Resurrection, I don't know. But I got Prometheus. I think this is a decent prequel to everything. There's some weird character choices and some really like stupid and forgettable characters in it. Michael Fassbender is a standout in it. And you got Alien Covenant, which is again alright. I don't remember this one as much as Prometheus, but got a nice embossed slipcover here. And then finally the most recent one that came out last year, Alien Romulus. This one's got a nice like spot gloss slipcover where the facehugger is. I think this is the best film since Aliens. It's just a really good like return to form, return to horror for the franchise. So many tense moments, so many creative moments with like sci-fi concept. Yeah, there's so many things that haven't been done in the franchise before that you thought, why have they not done this before? But yeah, they did it really well in here. There is a cameo in here that a lot of fans didn't really like, and it kind of looks a bit dodgy. I think they did correct it a bit on this Blu-ray, but I didn't mind it that much. I just think it's a really solid film overall. Then we've got the Predator films. Predator 1, Predator 2, and then Predators. I'm not the biggest fan of 2 and 3. I think the first one's really solid. I really love Arnie just fighting the Predator. But I've got all 3 films here. This is a nice digipack, which I like. It comes out like this, which is nice. Yeah, and I got some digital codes. And then I got Prey on 4K. Really good film. Probably my favourite film since the first Predator film. If you caught last year's Blu-ray Collection video, I ripped the back slightly, which is not great. And then you got 4K and the Blu-ray. Next, I've got all my X-Men films, the original trilogy on 4K. I really like all of these films. I think the third film's kind of underrated. I don't think the third film's as bad as people say it is. Yeah. This is very similar to the Predator set. It's got a digipack and it folds out like this. Then we got X-Men First Class. I didn't buy X-Men Origins Wolverine because, like, it's not a great film. I don't know if I'll pick it up in the future or what. I've got X-Men First Class here. I've just got this on Blu-ray because the 4K didn't come with a slipcover, which is kind of frustrating. Just standard Blu-ray. Then you got the Wolverine Unleashed Extended Edition. I've only seen the extended edition of this film. That's like the R-rated version, like the best version of the film. Yeah, there it is. And then you got the 3D disc and standard Blu-ray. Then you got X-Men Days of Future Past, the Rogue cut. Again, I've only seen the Rogue cut of this film. I've heard it's the best cut, so that's the only cut I've seen. Really good film. Probably one of my favourite X-Men films out of all of them. Yeah, Rogue cut, and then you got a bonus disc. And then you got X-Men Apocalypse. I don't really like this film that much, but I have it. I originally had this in my drawer because I was going to sell it, but then I was like, I have it. So I might as well just keep it in the collection because I've got my other X-Men films there. This film is not great. It tries to rehash a lot of stuff that Days of Future Past did, like the Quicksilver scene and that, and it just doesn't do it as good. And Apocalypse is not that great, but yeah. Then you've got Deadpool, the complete collection for now, with Deadpool 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure you can't get this set anymore now. It was selling on Amazon for like 30 something quid, I think, but I don't think you can get it on Amazon anymore. It's just got first Deadpool in a standard 4K case, and then you got Deadpool 2 in a thicker case. I don't really know why it's in a thicker case. It doesn't really need to be. It has got 4 discs in it. It's got the theatrical cut in 4K, the extended cut in 4K, the theatrical cut in Blu-ray, and then longer cut in Blu-ray. I've only seen the super duper cut or whatever. I've only seen that cut of the film. Then you got Logan, my favourite X-Men film, one of my favourite Marvel films. Such a beautiful send-off for Logan. Just amazing. Amazing film. Yeah, I rewatched this and the first 2 Deadpool films for Deadpool and Wolverine. This set includes the original Blu-ray and then also poster and also art cards in there as well. Got some art cards. And then got Deadpool Wolverine. Just a very fun time. It's really funny how it undoes the start of Logan, kind of. It's so disrespectful that it just becomes like extremely funny. Just a standard Blu-ray. Got 4K on the Blu-ray. Most fun that I've had all of last year, probably. Then got John Wick, chapters 1 to 3 on 4K. Really love these films. They're some of the best action films ever, to be honest. So well shot. They just look absolutely beautiful. So many scenes, especially in the third film. I feel like 1 and 2 are much more grittier. They're much more realistic. And then 3 and 4, they get like very goofy with the action scenes. There's some very fun scenes, especially chapter 3. You got like the scene where like they're smashing through all the glass and that. Yeah. First film, second film, and third film. The slipcover is one of my favourite slipcovers as well. Like everything's embossed on it. This is embossed. This is embossed. The side is embossed. All the back is embossed. This quote is embossed. There's so much embossed stuff on it. Then you got chapter 4 in a nice massive set. Yeah, this is my favourite out of all of them. It's like a 10 out of 10. I love how everything concludes with this film. It's just amazing. This thing just This includes the Blu-ray and a little booklet and a whole lot of art cards. There's a lot of art cards in there. Look how thick that is. Then got The Exorcist. I need to get to this film. I was going to watch it last Halloween, but I just didn't get around to it. So I want to get around to it this Halloween. Like, it's supposed to be one of those films where it doesn't age in terms of its scariness. Yeah, it's still supposed to be like proper scary to this day. And this has got the 4K for the director's cuts, the 4K for the theatrical cuts, Blu-ray for the extended cut, and the Blu-ray theatrical cut. They got Lord of the Rings trilogy on 4K. I recently watched these films on 4K last year, and every single one of these films is just like a 10 out of 10. I absolutely adore these films so much. Just a feat in filmmaking. They're so good. I also recently watched a video on how bad the 4K remaster of these films were. Like, there's like artifacting in that on this Blu-ray, and they upscaled the credits and they don't look that great, but I didn't really notice a lot of that stuff. There were some dodgy looking shots here and there where you can tell they upscaled stuff, but overall I do think it's a solid remaster. Next we got A Nightmare on Elm Street 4K set, 7 films. It's got Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Revenge, Dream Warriors, Dream Master, Dream Child, Final Nightmare, and New Nightmare. And then there's a DVD on disc 5, which got all special features. I'm pretty sure they're releasing all these films on 4K now, so I don't know if I should sell this, but this is a really good collection, so I don't know. But you just got the J card here, nice glossy back, and then you got all the discs in there. You've got the first film here, you got 2 and 3 on this disc, you got 4 and 5 on this disc, you got 6 and 7 here, and then you got the DVD. This comes with a nice thick booklet, which is nice, and you also got some art cards in a nice little like envelope. It's got Gremlins, obviously a classic film. It's one of my favourite Christmas films. I didn't actually realise this was a Christmas film until I watched it in like January or something, and then realised it was a Christmas film. It's such a fun concept. Obviously Gizmo is proper cute. Yeah, here's a J card, which comes off standard Blu-ray. Another one where it's got a booklet, and it's got all the art cards in a nice envelope. It's got the Shawshank Redemption. I originally went to sell this. I was going to sell this set and just buy it on 4K with a slipcover. I went and brought it on 4K and it didn't come with a slipcover, which is annoying, as you'll see. Yeah, so I was just like, I might as well just sell the Blu-ray that came in the set and just replace the Blu-ray with the 4K and just put it in this set. Yeah, I do really like this set anyway, so I'm kind of glad that I kept it. This is a really good film. Like, it's probably a 10 out of 10. I've got 4K there, booklet, again some art cards in a envelope again. Then got The Witches on Blu-ray. Still haven't watched this on Blu-ray yet, but I used to have this on DVD and I used to watch it all the time. It's a really weird adaptation of the Roald Dahl film. I kind of liked it. Like, there's some really creepy scenes in here. Yeah, and then inside you got just standard Blu-ray here, booklets, and then you got the art cards, and then you got 300 in a 4K set. Again, very nice. Not the biggest fan of this film. I like the style of it. It's a very interesting style, but I just don't think it's Zack Snyder's best. It's a bit too much slow motion for my liking. Here's a J card, and then got the 4K booklet, and then all the art cards. And then finally, in terms of these sets, we got The Green Mile. This is one I really want to watch, just haven't got around to watching yet. But it's the same director as The Shawshank Redemption, so I definitely want to give this one a watch. Here's a J card. So you got the 4K, very nice, booklet, and then you got the art cards in it. This is the first ever Blu-ray that I ever had in my collection, and it's probably still one of my favourites. This is a Spider-Man Legacy box set. It's got the original 3 Spider-Man films, Sam Raimi films, and then it's got Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. This box set is so well put together. Like, first of all, the embossing on Spider-Man here, so good. I think the artwork is amazing. Yeah, here's the back, and then pull it out, and it's got Sam Raimi trilogy here, bit of artwork on the back. Inside got the digital codes, and then it's got some really nice information about the films, all the films, and then you got the discs at the back. You got Spider-Man. I will admit these cardboard sleeves are not amazing. Spider-Man 2, and then you got Spider-Man 3, and then you got the editor's cut with the bonus disc. I grew up on these films, and I have so much nostalgia for these films. I just love these films so much. They're so good. Even the third film, I'm going to defend the third film so much. Like, I absolutely love it. I feel like the editor's cut actually improves a lot of things about the original theatrical cut. I feel like the pacing is a little bit better. I feel like Harry's motives are a little bit better and a bit more fleshed out. And then you got the Amazing Spider-Man 2 film collection. Obviously these films are not as good, but like I feel like Andrew Garfield brings so much like charm and charisma to Spider-Man. Again, it includes a booklet like with some like information on the making of the film, and it's got the discs at the back. First film, second film, and then the bonus disc. Yeah, just amazing set. And then we got some more Spider-Man. We got Into the Spider-Verse, one of my favourite films of all time. Absolutely adore this film. The animation is phenomenal. The story arc that Miles goes through in here is amazing. I just love the different universe Spider-Man and that. Amazing. It's a classic. Like, it's a modern day classic. So, yeah. 4K Blu-ray. Then we've got Across the Spider-Verse. This is a custom made slipcover because it didn't originally come with a slipcover, which is really annoying. I paid like 10 quid to get a custom one from eBay, and it looks pretty good. The colours are a bit washed out on the front cover, but the slipcover looks like it could be legit. Yeah. And then you got the 4K and the Blu-ray. This is almost as good as the first film. I absolutely love this film as well. I actually have a poster of it up on my wall over there, but amazing film. Then we're moving on to some DC. We got Superman the movie. This was just so influential for superhero films. It really set everything in motion for superhero films. Love Christopher Reeve as Superman. Then we got Superman 2. The theatrical cut and the Richard Donner cut. I've only seen the Richard Donner cut. I've heard the theatrical cut and the Richard Donner cut are supposed to be like equal, because the Richard Donner cut, there's a lot of unfinished things that weren't shot, so they had to use like already existing footage to like make his own vision, and it did feel a bit messy in some scenes, so I might have to watch the theatrical cut. I do think this is a decent sequel. I haven't got the other films because I've heard it's supposed to be terrible. And then you got Batman. Original 1989 film. Really love this film. Just love Tim Burton's version of Gotham. Super fun. So many good shots in here as well. There's so much good like cinematography and moments in here. Just love Michael Keaton as Batman, Jack Nicholson as Joker. Batman Returns. This is a really good sequel. Really love Danny DeVito as the Penguin as well. So many fun scenes involving him. Again, I don't have Batman Forever and Batman and Robin because I've heard terrible things. Next I've got the Dark Knight trilogy. I used to have this in like a slip box set with all the films like separately in a box. I have a weird kind of OCD where I'm like, I don't really want them separately, I want them all in one nice set. So I decided to sell that and get this like nice, just slimmer set with everything in one package. I really like all these films. Like Christopher Nolan brought a whole new vision to Gotham, obviously. Obviously The Dark Knight is amazing. Heath Ledger, phenomenal performance. So yeah, when I bought this guy actually wrote a note and stuck it to the front. Like he wrote a quote from the film and he said enjoy the films, which is very nice of him. So I decided to stick it inside it. So it's just got all the discs, the Blu-rays and the 4Ks in one nice set. Now we're getting on to DCU. We've got Zack Snyder's Justice League trilogy. This is Man of Steel, Batman v Superman and Zack Snyder's Justice League. I think this sounds alright. Man of Steel, probably the best of them. Batman v Superman was kind of overly long, and yeah, I thought it was a bit weird. Zack Snyder's Justice League, again, overly long, but I like how epic it is, and I like seeing like Zack Snyder's original vision. Wonder Woman, I like this film. It's a nice like fish out of water film with Gal Gadot. I don't think Gal Gadot's an amazing actor, but I thought she was alright in this film. Aquaman, very goofy. Again, James Wan. This is one where I had to switch out the discs because I originally had the UK discs in there, but in the UK they censored this film in a lot of scenes. There's a lot of blood that was censored in that. Censored and taken out, and that is kind of like, yeah, so I've got foreign discs in here. I just paid a little bit more to get like a foreign Blu-ray and then just swapped out the discs. And then you've got Shazam, probably my favourite up to this point in the DCU. Very fun film. I rewatched this for Shazam 2. I don't have Shazam 2 in the collection. Birds of Prey, again, I remember this being pretty fun. Lots of style to it. Really like Margot Robbie in the lead role. Suicide Squad, my favourite in the whole of DCU. James Gunn just doesn't miss when it comes to like a misfit group of people. Blue Beetle, I thought it was a pretty fun film actually. There's some really like stupid decisions and that taken by some people in there and some really weird moments, but overall it's a really good superhero origin story. Flash, This is a very divisive one. A lot of people hate this one. I thought overall it was pretty fun. There's some pretty like emotional moments in it involving Barry and his dad and his mum and that. I like Michael Keaton returning. Obviously it's Michael Keaton. I don't think they did his character justice enough, but they got first season of Peacemaker. I love this season. This almost rivals Suicide Squad as one of my favourite things to come out of the DCU. Just so funny. Again, another one that I want to give a rewatch. Then we've got Joker. I was going to rewatch this one for Folly Ado, but I didn't get round to it. I just didn't have time. So I just watched Folly Ado. I do really like this film. It takes a lot of inspiration from Scorsese, like King Comedy and Taxi Driver, and it like kind of makes it into more like a supervillain origin, and it works. And the Batman, I rewatched this last year for the Penguin. It's amazing. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Oh my god, I keep dropping everything. It just looks absolutely phenomenal. This Gotham is built out so well. I just love Robert Pattinson's Batman in there as well. Then we got Jurassic Park, the original trilogy. There's got 1, 2 and 3 in it. I've seen the first 2. I haven't seen the third one because I heard it's not that great. I didn't mind the second one that much. Obviously the first one's a classic, but yeah, they're just in here. They've all got very basic artwork in them. Nothing really special about the artwork. Yeah, this is all in like a slip box. And I got Jurassic World. I started to buy this one last year. It's obviously not up to the level of Jurassic Park, but it's a very fun time, interesting concept. Peter Jackson's King Kong. I'm pretty sure this is out of print, but I found this in a Sex the other year, and obviously I had to pick it up because I thought it was out of print. So I haven't actually watched this film in full, I don't think. My parents had it on DVD, I think, and I think I used to put it on now and again, but I don't think I've seen the whole thing in full. It's probably on TV a few times as well, but I just haven't seen the whole thing. Yeah, this includes the extended edition in here as well, so yeah, I do want to give this a watch soon. Whiplash. This is another 4K where it didn't come with a slipcover, so I bought one because this is one of my favourite films of all time, so I'd say I love this film. Phenomenal. I rewatched it last year. Amazing film. La La Land. This is the same director as Whiplash, and I think it's a really different film than Whiplash. It's very musical again, but in a different sense, where it's like an actual musical, and it shows this romance between these two characters really well. I'm not the biggest fan of musicals, but this film does it in a very creative way. The American Psycho, another one of my favourite films. It is very funny, and like if you judge by like the pictures on the front and like everything, it seems like a very dark film, but it feels like it's parodying this way of life and people like this, and it can be really funny. Obviously Patrick Bateman's music taste, like, very relatable. Transformers. This is alright. I do think it kind of drops the ball in the third act and just becomes like a CGI mess, but I thought the first 2 acts were pretty good. I think Megan Fox is a bit of a like sex object in this film, but alright. I think the Transformers are pretty cool in there. There's some fun scenes involving them. I'll tell you a story about this one. I originally bought this on 4K from eBay, but it came with 2 Blu-ray discs for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but I messaged them and they said send it back, so I sent it back, and I just brought another one, and this one actually includes the 4K this time. So then you got Bumblebee. This is probably my favourite out of the Transformers films that I've seen. The live action Transformers films, I mean. But yeah, really fun film. I just realised I need to get Transformers 1 on 4K because I love that film. So I definitely need to pick that up on 4K. Yep, I love this film. Really fun. Haley Steinfeld and Prestige. This is my favourite Christopher Nolan film, just a 10 out of 10 film. So amazing. I love the period setting. So many twists and turns. Oh, then another Christopher Nolan film, Oppenheimer. Really good, one of my favourites of 2023. It deserved to win that Oscar. Just looks really good in 4K as well. I think they reincorporated like the IMAX scenes into it, which is good. Got the 4K and got Blu-ray. Men in Black 1, 2 and 3. I've got all of these films on 4K here. They're just fun sci-fi films. Like, the first one is obviously a classic. The chemistry between Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones is really funny. Second one, not great. And then Men in Black 3 is pretty underrated. Next we've got a few Arrow releases. We've got Battle Royale. People call this like the original Squid Game. Yeah, I enjoyed this. This has got the theatrical cut and the director's cut. I've only seen the director's cut, but yeah. There's a very interesting package. Like, it comes like this, and then the Blu-ray slides out the bottom, which is odd. This includes some... this is a booklet. Oh, this includes a booklet and the theatrical version on 4K and the director's cut on 4K here. I'm pretty sure they released like a massive set with like 10 discs in that, and like the second film and like everything on Blu-ray and that as well, but I just wanted the bare basics with this film, to be honest. So Candyman, one of my favourite horror films. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. Such a great performance in here. So good. Do you want to give it a rewatch in 4K? Because I haven't seen it in 4K yet. Just got the 4K here. This has a poster. I think it's double-sided. And then you've got a massive, thick booklet. Really in-depth booklet with a bunch of like storyboard art, which is nice. And then finally we've got RoboCop. This is one I need to watch. Another one that I just haven't seen. It's supposed to be a classic, 80s classic. Yeah, this includes the theatrical cut and the director's cut as well. Got the 4K there. It's got a sticker, which is nice. And then you've got a few art cards as well. You got the director's cut on 4K, and then you got the theatrical cut on 4K. Then you got poster, and you got a very, very, very thick booklet. This booklet is so thick. Just talking about the film and everything. Some few more Blu-rays now, and then I'll go on to some DVDs as well that I have. Got Ted, really fun film. Just fun film from Seth MacFarlane. Final Destination, first film. The trailer for Bloodlines actually released yesterday when I'm recording this, and it seems very interesting. I'm very excited for that. I need to check out the sequels because I haven't got those on Blu-ray. Hangover. This is Todd Phillips pre-Joker. It's a very fun film. Really good concept. Again, there's got the extended cut on it. Bohemian Rhapsody. I got this on Steelbook. This is more part of my Queen collection because I don't own anything else on Steelbook. I just really picked this up for my Queen collection. But yeah, it looks alright. Like it's not embossed or anything, which I kind of want it to be. But and here's the back. And then you got the discs inside, which are like vinyl, which is nice. And then I got Superman the movie again, but this is the extended cut. This includes the extended cut, the TV extended cut, which is the only cut of the film I actually watched. For some reason I decided to watch the longest cut of the film first. But it's a bit long. I maybe should have watched the special edition instead or something. Next I got Michael Jackson. History 1 and 2. This is all of Michael Jackson's videos from... It's not one of Michael Jackson's videos actually. I haven't got one of them on air, but... It's got a good amount of them, but it's got most of the iconic ones, like Billie Jean, The Way You Make Me Feel, Black or White, Rock With You, Bad, Thriller, Beat It, Remember the Time. It's got a good amount of them. So, yeah, here's the first one. Like, there's two of them for some reason. This one is actually a double-sided disc, which I've never seen in my life, but it's like a double-sided DVD. Like, you can play it on this side, and then you turn it over to play it on this side. It's so odd. I've literally never seen a double-sided DVD like that before. I want to get, I think there's a set with just all of Michael Jackson's videos chronologically. This is just kind of a mishmash of Michael Jackson videos. Then I got The Office. These are my parents' DVDs. But I got season 1 and 2. I actually watched everything Office UK related. I just finished watching it last week with the David Brent movie. So I've seen season 1 and 2 now. I saw the Christmas specials. I saw the David Brent movie. I thought the David Brent movie wasn't that great, but these two seasons are really solid. And I think the Christmas special is really good as well, but I haven't got that on DVD, which is annoying. Mr. Bean! Yeah, it's a digitally remastered edition. It's got all the Mr. Bean episodes in here, and it's got a bonus disc as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these got remastered in like 1080p recently, but they haven't been released on like physical 1080p. They're only on like digital, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, I've got them on DVD anyway. Mr. Bean is really my childhood as well. And then finally we got Lord of the Rings Motion Picture Trilogy on DVD. This is my dad's as well because he's a massive Lord of the Rings fan. But it's a massive set with all 3 films in it. Like I'm only going to take one of them out because they're so hard to put back in. Yeah, let's do Fellowship of the Ring. So it's got a nice slip box here. Got a J card. Pull it out. It's got a nice digibook. It's just like a massive digibook. This is in really good condition as well. Like I don't think my dad's hardly touched it, but yeah, it's got everything in there with the appendices, which I've really kept this thing for again because the appendices are really good. Yeah, I'm glad I have this set. Really good set. So yeah, that is my whole Blu-ray and DVD collection. Got a few DVDs in there as well. I think finally I'll just show you my Blu-ray player. So here's my Blu-ray player. Yeah, it's a Panasonic DP-UB450. Oh my god, I can't read. Okay. Yeah, it's worked really well so far. I've only played the Lord of the Rings films on it so far, but it's played very, very good. I did have to mess around with some of the settings to get it to work really well, to get it to sync up with my soundbar and that. But yeah, overall, worked really well. So that is it for today's video. If you didn't like it, please dislike, and I'll see you next time.